Hey everybody, Dr. Nick here with another public sexual announcement for you for September the 29th, 2022, and I hope you all are having a great day out there. And unfortunately this week I was unable to post a full podcast. I just ran out of time, honestly. So this week I'm just giving a quick PSA, if you don't mind. And this PSA is about penises. So fellas, you may want to pay attention to this, because this podcast is about a research article I came across which was published just this year, and it's about what your penis says about your personality according to scientists. And when they ask women about penises, they actually prefer slightly larger penises with trim pubic hair. And in other breaking news, water is wet and fire is hot. So let's talk about what your penis says about your personality. So let's get started. Scientists already believe that humans make judgments on people's personalities based off their face and how they dress and how they groom themselves. And now these same experts are starting to think the same thing about penises. In the research article, they actually wrote, genital appearance may contribute to socially shared implicit theories about people, regardless if these impressions reflect the true personality of the person being assessed. So, there was a new study published just this year in the Journal of Sexuality and Culture. It looked at what assumptions people made about a person based off a single picture of their penis. I was able to find just a little more information about how they actually did this study. So, this research team showed 106 people, most of whom were women, photos of 24 penises that varied in girth, length, and the amount of pubic hair. After looking at the image, each participant was then asked to respond to several questions, including whether the owner of said penis was kind, extroverted, sexually active, and attractive. In this study, they found that those with longer and girthier penises were considered to be more attractive, more open, and generally nicer people. To continue, men with trim pubic hair were seen as more conscientious than those with lots of untamed hair. Shorter and thinner penises, on the other hand, were perceived as more neurotic and less open to new experiences. So generally speaking, the findings of this study suggest that impressions can be formed of men based purely on their penises. So in my attempt to increase the girth and length of this mini podcast, let me quote the scientists here. They actually said, while previous studies found that penises slightly above average were perceived as ideal, this present study found that penises with larger girth and length were perceived as prototypical. And to add just a little bit more length, the scientists found it surprising how many men left their pubic hair untrimmed, despite the fact that most women perceive penises with ungroomed pubic hair very negatively. And my question is this: I wonder how many men out there actually knew that. So fellas, now you know. So fellas, one thing that you can do quickly is start to groom yourself, which in turn may actually help you to be perceived in a better light by women. So to close out this PSA, just let me say this, fellas. In many cases, women have been grooming in a certain way for probably years or decades, and they're really good at it. And you probably like that as well. So you know what? It may be time for you just to step up and to return the favor. And when it comes to length, probably isn't anything you can really do about that. What you got is what you got. But there's an old saying, sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees. Well, if you start grooming and spin that old phrase around, you can see the tree through the forest. And at the same time, your penis may actually appear to be slightly larger. Now she can see more of it. Think about that. So, on that note, I'm out. You guys have a great day. Stay tuned, and I will talk to you soon.